Hi, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Robin, and I am a hypnotherapist, and I'm also the operator of Bullying Survivor, The Sweetest Revenge, the course for men who've been through oppression, abuse, or bullying in their life. And today I have the great honor to introduce you to a wonderful guy who I've met not so long ago by the name of Rhys Rogers. Good day to you, Rhys. How you doing?
Oh, Robin, good day. I'm very good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well, my friend, doing well. And thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us all today. You have a very unique and individual history, which I was taken by when we spoke last, in that you have come through some very tough times in your life and you have mastered some incredible skills, which I respect highly. But what I wanted to explain to the viewers is that you've been through your own bullying experience in life, and I would love to know more about that, but I'd also love to know more about how you've passed through the hard times and moved on to create the wonderful man that you've now become. So, thank you again for taking the time to speak to us all. But now that I've basically given the viewers a very broad brush view of who you are, maybe if I could ask you just to introduce yourself in your own words.
Sure. Thanks, Robin. Hello, I'm Rhys, Rhys Rogers, founder of Chi Physio, which is a holistic health service combining Eastern healing martial arts and Western physiotherapy to offer innovative holistic healing solutions for modern people. Um, that's my professional background, and yeah, at the moment it's going brilliantly. So I'm here today to talk to you more about my profession, more about my story, and how the two kind of interlink.
That's
Mm.
fantastic, and I'm so grateful to you for that. So maybe if I could take you back in time to when your bullying experience began, where could you give us a little bit of background on that and what sort of age you were and the nature of the struggles you faced?
Um, I guess for me and for most people, bullying started in primary school, possibly towards the end of primary school. I think when children start to become a bit more self-aware, these situations tend to kick off, at least in school, if bullying's not happening at home.
Mm,
Um, for me, it was around really. I grew a lot quicker than a lot of people in school, which meant I ate a lot more, and I got very tall very quickly. But I also put on a lot of weight, so I became quite chunky. I don't think I wasn't ever really overweight, but I was always heavier than most, and I got a lot of my bullying was around my weight and being fat, these sorts of issues, which lasted really from primary school all the way up into what I felt was my mid-20s. I think maybe really the bullying aspect of it was a shorter period of time,
okay.
um, but what I experienced from the bullying definitely lasted longer into my psyche and even really applies to me
And
today.
could you just go into some detail about, I hate to call it, but the details of the bullying?
Um, To be honest, sometimes it was very subtle. It would only take a mention and of my weight for me to feel self-conscious. And other times it would be more direct and more public. So
Right.
a couple of different people I can think of in the back of my mind from my school days would, make, I guess it would be a public show for them
Yeah.
to moralize someone in front of the rest of the group or in front of other people in the class. Um, Specifically, I now don't really remember any specifics. It's kind of just become
No.
something lying. But from a
Sure.
confidence perspective, it shot my confidence massively. Um, and then on the reverse, I had a father who was super keen on exercise.
Ah,
So much so that we were dragged into I say dragged, we were dragged, yeah, almost kicking and screaming if we didn't
yeah.
want, dragged into going on runs and doing exercise, going swimming and these sorts of things on a regular basis all the time, which served me loads of good, I'm sure, because I had a weight issue anyway, and if I
Mm,
wasn't ridiculous amounts of exercise, I would have been really unhealthy. I think for me, as kind of quite a nerdy, geeky child and teenager, my response to these sorts of experiences in school was, you know, revert to video games and revert to sort of nerdy hobbies and hide away. My father wanted the opposite, which was go out and do exercise, you know, every day of the week.
And did your father know that you were being bullied at the time? Did you express that to him?
No, I don't think I did. No.
Why was that, do you think?
I guess I didn't really identify it as bullying at the time.
Right.
It wasn't really something that I picked up on. I guess I accepted that people could pick on me for my weight, and that was something that was just done. And because I was larger than the rest of the kids, I didn't really have much say in the topic, you know?
Right. So essentially then you acknowledged within yourself that the sort of the beastly acts of these kids was just normal and you deserved it because you were chunky.
Yeah, I think so. I think that was it.
So in the short term then, Rhys, how did that affect you? I do remember you said that it impacted on your self-confidence. What were there any other effects?
Well, shamefully, I think it made me rebound the bullying onto other weaker targets, you know?
Yeah.
I would pick on other people who were easy targets for me to kind of offload that pain.
It's so easy to happen. So easy to happen.
And definitely moving from primary school into secondary school. I was my first year of secondary school. I wasn't the nicest child, and I was definitely offloading a lot of what I'd gone through in primary school in that environment, which I'm not very proud of now. Luckily for me, what I see is that I saw the error of my ways quite quick. I developed into a teenager, and it's something that I stepped back from. So in other ways that I responded, I guess I became a little bit quieter, more recluseful, less confident, less outgoing. I would avoid public speaking, these sorts of things.
Right.
Which a lot of my teachers saw in me as things that I was good at, you know, that I obviously had quite an outgoing personality and quite personable, and my teachers would often push me to do these sorts of things, public speaking, etc. And I would never want to do that stuff. You know, I wanted to be quite anonymous at the back of the class.
I can understand that.
Clown was the other thing.
Right.
So I clowned around a lot in school, especially pushing forwards into my teen years, possibly as a response to that lack of self-confidence. Was if I didn't feel like the normal weight or the attractive, desirable type of teenager, then I would be the silly, funny, ridiculous one instead. Get you a different type of attention.
Well, so often we use either our comedic skills or charisma to talk our way out of awkward situations, and that requires a level of intelligence and a level of understanding of a situation that is really quite advanced for a young man. And it's a skill. I think it's a real skill, learning to read the room, learning to understand how to redirect and misdirect energy, which comes in the form of aggression. And I take my hat off to you for finding that out at quite a young age. So well done.
To the detriment of my studies, I think.
Yes.
Took a few more years to realize that maybe I should be directing my intelligence in a better direction. I think until about year 10, I was quite keen to fail school.
Right. Well, you wouldn't be alone. You wouldn't be alone in that, my friend, I'm sure.